primarying existing seats that are safe seats is a bad move for Democrats to do. David Hogg's doing that.
I disagree.
And Carville was all over him.
No, it's a good thing for them to do. David Hogg is correct, except he's wrong about literally everything else. Charlie Kirk is talking about primarying safe red seats to get rid of the rhinos in the party who are against the popular mandate. David Hogg has a similar idea. The only problem is his ideas aren't popular at all. He's on the back end of a 80-20 issue, arguing for getting rid of safe blue Democrats who are on the moderate side.
Yeah.
So this is the fascinating thing. David, imagine if there was a prominent rhino who hated Trump and he was arguing we're going to primary safe Republicans. That's basically what David Hogg is doing. He's in favor of all of the worst issues. The ones, I got to be honest, I think David Hogg might be a Republican. I think one day he was at church. He was at church and he was wearing his Trump hat and his Trump shirt and watching a video of Trump on his phone. And then he said, someone needs to destroy the Democrats from within. And then, one of his buddies looked at him and said, but David, they'll hate you. And he says, they will. But it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. And so then he joined the Democratic Party and he's just ripping them to shreds from within and making them look like morons.
Good for him.
Good for him.
I feel like it's more likely he was just like groomed from birth by like the FBI or the CIA.
Well, his dad, I think, was FBI, right?
Yeah.
Was really?
Yeah.
That's
pretty
true.
Sure.
I remembered the name of the girl from Parkland, Emma Gonzalez, who started going by X Gonzalez.
Yeah.
And they both just started careers in activism. And it went beyond gun control activism.
Yeah. His dad's a retired FBI agent.
That's crazy work. Like, it's so in your face.
Well, I mean...
That's my personal opinion, okay? My personal
No,
opinion.
I get it, but I'm just saying you don't need a grand...
Something is not what it seems about
You don't need a grand conspiracy. His dad was an FBI agent, Democrat, and he takes after his dad. And it's not like... I don't view it as the FBI had a meeting 20 years ago and they said... You must have a child of prophecy to lead the deep state. They probably had a kid, and then he was like, here's what I think you should do, and his kid takes after him. Yeah.
Much to think about.
Indeed.
You should ask Alex Jones what he thinks about this.
I do think this is, we'll throw this one in just a little bit. Postmillennial says that Venezuela is likely weaponizing Tren de Aragua against us. So when Trump is talking about needing to get these people out as quickly as possible, he is not wrong. And the sentiment that's going around quite a bit is actually the math is simple. If you allow 20 million people in unvetted, but then you can't remove them without vetting, you've lost. It's over. Yeah. Goodbye. Because that means it's a one-way valve, and they're not going to stop coming in.
And I think people have misunderestimated that terrorist organizations are not simply in the Middle East and far off places in Southeast Asia, but they're actually in Latin America. And this is a terrorist organization that these people are members of that have infiltrated the United States.
Yeah, and I think it's important to stress this.
Yeah.
Trump is not arbitrarily declaring these narco gangs and prison gangs terrorists for no reason. He's not calling them terrorists just so he can try and deport them. These organizations, these gangs are known for killing politicians. The definition of terrorist is when you use violence for political ends. Right. When you get these Mexican mayors and governors and people are like, Tim, those are the cartels. Yo, read up on what MS-13 does down there. If you come out and you say, we're going to clean up the streets and get rid of crime and stop what they're doing, the next day you're dead. So if these people want to operate here and they want to act in these ways, then they're terrorists. So
I wonder what kind of reaction the American people would have if there was actually even just one politician blatantly murdered by a gang, right? Because in Mexico they don't hide it; they'll cut a politician's head off and leave it on their car. What would the American people do if that happened in the United States? At
this rate, it's more a question of what will they do? Because it's a matter of time as our population is.
I don't
shifting.
I don't know if it's actually a matter of time or not, but I do think if you saw something like that where it was clearly a gang, a foreign gang that had come to America and behaved like that, I do think the American people would react in a similar fashion to the way that they did after 9/11. and be like, all right, this is not happening here.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.